Florence.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
She
Florence.
released a video on social media where she was going around like the set of the Thunderbolts, and one of the things is on the back of the chairs it said Thunderbolts with an asterisk, and like the internet went nuts because they're like, "Oh, look, they changed the title," and we were like, "Ah, maybe that didn't mean anything, right? It was just dumb." Well, it's Cinemacon this weekend, where a couple of our next articles come from. They basically said Kevin Feige came out, had Thunderbolts with an asterisk up on the thing talking about the movie, and was like, "Yeah, the asterisk is part of the title now, but we won't talk about that till after the movie comes out."
Huh.
So I'm kind of curious. Like, I have no idea. Like, an asterisk usually means there's a footnote, right? So, do you guys have any theories on what it could mean for the title?
No.
No. Okay.
None whatsoever. Not
All
even a
right.
guess.
Don, come on.
I mean, the only thing is, I think they're going to change the name eventually to like, oh yeah, B-level heroes that no one gives a shit about, or B-level villains that no one gives a shit about.
Well,
I mean, I'm
That's
offended by this
Thunderbolts.
movie. Okay,
there's a theory that they're going to actually change the title at the last minute to Dark Avengers, but
those motherfuckers, if they do that, I swear to God, I will release
Wow.
a video of me doing violence on an inanimate object. But they better fucking not do that.
That'll show them.
I know. That's a ridiculous premise. I agree.
Let's be honest. We should be happy they aren't just calling it Dark Avengers right now.
I mean,
There's way more money. There's way more money in that title than there is in Thunderbolts.
So it's probably, like Kasan says, it's probably a Secret Avengers project. They realized no one cares about Thunderbolts. Exactly.
And here's the thing. This isn't the Thunderbolts.
It's not. It's
No.
not the Thunderbolts.
This is the closest thing this is like the Warren Ellis version of the Thunderbolts, which is just a ripoff of Suicide Squad. The Kurt Busiek Thunderbolts is villains pretending to be heroes.
But that's
that
also
was the reveal.
That's also the Dark Avengers.
Right,
No,
but
the Dark Avengers was straight up Bendis writing Warren Ellis's Thunderbolts. That's what it was.
Okay,
Brian Bendis said,
okay.
"I want to write these characters. I want to do what Warren was doing."
Right,
And
but
he
it's
right out of
it's
that.
the government saying, okay, we're going to replace the Avengers, and we're going to use villains that we have in our captivity to be the heroes, to replace the heroes you already know.
Yeah, that was
And
Warren
that was
Ellis.
the
That was
okay, exactly.
It was Warren Ellis's Thunderbolts first.
But that's my whole point: is Dark Avengers sells more than
Yes.
than
That's what I'm saying. We should be
Thunderbolts
happy they're not calling it Dark Avengers right now, because it would make far more Disney sense than calling it the Thunderbolts.
well, this goes back to the fact that they're rejiggering everything because Iger is now in charge, and he's giving back control to Feige of exactly what they can put out. So it's very possible that they said, well, we can kill Thunderbolts, but we can make it this, and they're going to put out something that Feige actually wants to do instead of something that he was told to do.
We don't know what that is. I mean, like, those movies don't get made unless Feige wants to do them. I'm sure Feige wants to do this. My only thing is this isn't the core concept of the Thunderbolts. But whatever.
no, it's not.
Right, which is
It's Suicide Squad. Call it what it is.
Which the other thing that came out from Cinemacon is closer to the core. Well, not closer, but it has an element of the Thunderbolts. Is we got our first look at Captain America: Brave New Worlds. So we got to see Harrison Ford as the president, as Thunderbolt Ross, in those images.
There's something we had never seen before: Harrison Ford as the president.
Get off my plane.
Yep, get off my plane.
Well, it's funny because
Great movie.
every podcast that I watch on YouTube that isn't ours, who was at Cinemacon and got to see the footage, were like, yeah, Harrison Ford isn't just phoning it in. He's like really in this movie, which I thought was great here. And
are we taking bets on how long it takes for them to kill him off? Because, we are talking about Harrison Ford. He does like dying in movies. I doubt he wants to do another one.
I mean, the thing is,
I don't think he's dying.
The theory is he's going to be Red Hulk. And like, it's funny because
Well,
they showed some footage. This is non-spoiler, but basically Captain America, Sam, gets called to the White House. He goes and meets with President Ross, and he makes a joke because Harrison Ford doesn't have a mustache, so he's like, "Oh, I'm just getting used to the new face, right? Obviously, and they make a comment about the mustache,
Why
but
not?
it's a joke.
Why? William Hurt's
But it's a
dead.
joke because it's a different actor, which I appreciate them throwing that kind of a joke in. But everyone who's watched the scene said there's definitely tension between the president and Sam in this.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I want to be in the pitch meeting when someone told Harrison Ford he was going to be a Red Hulk. I can just hear Harrison Ford going, "What the fuck is a Red Hulk?" You know,
You're like, okay, get it. Right. It's just like the Hulk, but he's red.
I'm going to be Harrison Ford.
And get this. So the Hulk gets stronger as he gets angrier. You, my friend, you will get hotter as you get angry. How about that?
That's not possible. He's Harrison Ford.
How much? How much am I getting paid?
Yeah, exactly.
Don, you just like boiled it down to how dumb the Red Hulk is.
Oh, the Red Hulk is fucking stupid. No one's ever going to argue that whatsoever.
Which I'm glad that he got his ass beat by Colossus / Juggernaut when Colossus had Juggernaut powers. Whole thing. Look it up. But I love that.
God, Jeff Loeb sucks at Marvel.
The thing that bugs me the most about the Red Hulk is like, oh, it's a foil with the same powers, but it's and it's Thunderbolt Ross because spoilers, because he's the guy who's always been hunting him. But they always had a foil to him. Abomination was always the counter to Hulk. So why on earth do you need another one?
Too. Like,
yeah. And the Thinker, was it the Thinker or whatever?
Hulk's got a lot of foils. Like, Hulk doesn't have an ultimate villain, right? There is no like Magneto to the Hulk. Drew says maybe, but it's not Raw. Maybe
it's not Ross. No. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ross.
If we get a Red Hulk, it's going to be Ross, and it's going to Harrison Ford will get paid to be a CGI model, and it'll be fine. The man's in his 80s. Let him get paid.
That's another question I have. Like, with them replacing, I can't think of the actor's
William Hurt.
Hurt with Ford, but Ford is in his 80s. Like, he's not.
They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him off in this one.
Maybe.
It's Harrison Ford. He won't take a paycheck unless he's going to die.
You say that. What movies has Harrison Ford died in other than the one Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
That's just that movie. Like, he didn't die as Indiana Jones.
And the only reason he died off in that is it's why he agreed to come back, because he didn't want to do it anymore.
He thought
I'll come back.
John is quickly Googling what movies is Harrison Ford in so we can land his joke because it doesn't work. I can hear it. Click, 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 click.
He's got the clickiest keyboard on earth.
Like Harrison Ford is not known for playing characters who die. He's known for playing leading men.
Yeah.
Blade Runner, Star Wars,
Mosquito
after playing for
the 7th time. This is Mosquito Coast.
Okay,
wait, three movies?
Did he die in 2049 or whatever? I guess so.
I swear this is a meme.
Not in the original Blade Runner.
Right.
Blade Runner. Like,
no, in the follow up.
In the sequel, that came out 30 years later.
Right, and the idea was to have what's his face replace
no one
Harrison
cares about.
Yeah,
it got us done.
Exactly.
Comics
so come
better.
on, Don. Anyway, your theory does not hold water here.
No. Fail, sir. Fail.
Fine, but we'll see. I'm taking bets on whether he dies.
Eye on you.
I don't think he's gonna die. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, right? Because you can't do multiple Red Hulk stories. I don't think you can get one.
There's no
Yes.
I will say this though. Once the Red Hulk is out of the bag, at least in the comics, I never see human Thunderbolt Ross again. So they could just kind of introduce it, and then it's just Red Hulk CGI until the end of time.
You make you have Harrison Ford do the voice, and when he dies, you just have him AI'd. That's what they're doing with James Earl Jones.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right, and that's the thing that sucks.
Whatever. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest, guys? Yeah. I don't care about this movie.
Oh, not at fucking all, do I? Absolutely. X-Men. That's what I care about right now.
If they change it, would you care about it? Like, if they change it to like Dark Avengers or something.
If it was a different movie, I might care about it.
If they did it right.
Honestly, why don't you care about it though? That's the question. Like,
these characters mean nothing.
Because they're all C-level, right? They're all C-level characters.
See, that bothers me because Sam is one of my favorite characters from the comics.
I like. Okay, here's my thing.
He's the one. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I mean, like, I like Falcon, right? I just don't. I don't say he's not Captain America because it makes it sound like I'm a crazy person, but just like I like him as the Falcon. I think he has his own identity as Falcon.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
You know?
go. We're gonna go back to my old argument that in the comics, when um, Bucky took over for Cap, in my mind, it made more sense for Sam at that point because Sam had been his partner and friend much longer in the comics than Bucky ever was. And then reverse it in the movies, Bucky made more sense to take over for Cap, but they skipped over that one.
One of my least favorite comic book tropes is legacy heroes, with a few exceptions. Like Wally West, I think worked great as a legacy hero, and that's kind of it. Like I can't think of any legacy heroes specifically in Marvel.
X-23 is not
yeah, but
bad.
she's better as X-23 than she is as Wolverine. Like, I hate that.
Agreed.
Like it's
Agreed.
confusing.
And what's
like,
his what's his son's name with the three claws?
Daken. But he's Daken. He's not.
Yeah,
Wolverine.
exactly. He doesn't work as Wolverine.
Sorry, the wife just sent me a big text. So like it just doesn't I want Captain America, and if I can't get Captain America, I don't know, man. It just, for me, like I said, the only one I think it works is Wally West. Like I don't care for the idea of legacy heroes. It makes them feel disposable to me. Miles works, but Miles is a different character. Miles didn't it's just different. Miles is the exception to the rule that makes it work, and I don't know why it works with Miles.
I'll tell you why it
Storytelling.
works. It works for two reasons. One, they built Miles up as his own character before he took over the mantle, right? I felt like they did that in pretty good in the Ultimate storyline. And two,
first appearance of Miles Morales is Ultimate Spider-Man, is his version of Ultimate Spider-Man #1. I think. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But like, I don't know.
And then hold on. And then you still had Peter in the 616 universe.
Yeah, so he wasn't a replacement.
So he wasn't a replacement. You still had him around. So yeah, that's why he works.
You know, that's actually a good point. And I get that and I know Sam has been Captain America for a while now in the comics, but Steve always comes. But it's Steve. You know, it's hard to replace.
We're always right.
Yeah, Batman Beyond is kind of cool, but
Good
Batman
one,
Beyond is never. But Batman Beyond exists in its own thing,
and it also works because you still have Bruce in the chair. So
he's.
But does it really work in a sense that like it was 2 seasons of a cartoon show and a handful of comics? Like Bruce has never been replaced.
Right.
Drew says Captain America is a good candidate for a legacy hero. I'd have preferred Patriot become Captain America and have Avengers subtly coaching him as a symbol. Yeah, I don't know, man. If I want Captain America, I want Steve Rogers. I don't either. It's not. I just don't like legacy heroes. They're just not for me.
And that's the whole thing. Like, I don't disagree with that because like it made more. That makes more sense too because he had been around for a while in the comics, and yet they totally skipped him over, and used one of his friends to replace him. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I can't think of his name.
Talking John Walker? Is that who you're talking about?
No. A friend of the show we've interviewed before. I can't think of his name.
Dave. Oh, you are Dave.
He talks about hand-me-down powers, and that's what that is, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's just, let's just put a new person in, but he's going to be the same as the person before him. We just give him a slightly different backstory. And yeah, I agree. It doesn't work a lot of times.
Well, because when it naturally evolves, it's much better than, okay, we got this new character, we want to give him the Captain America rub, or we want to give him the Wolverine rub, or whatever, the Superman rub, the Batman rub, whatever. I think it's kind of a cheap way to introduce new characters, and I'm not a fan of it either, unless it feels completely genuine.
Let's imagine a world right now where like a lot of this crap doesn't exist, but like Batman gets killed in the comics, right? In your mind, Dick Grayson takes over, right?
I read that story, and the whole idea of the story is that Dick Grayson is better as Nightwing than he is as Batman, and it was fun for a minute, but like the whole idea behind that was Dick can't be Batman.
Yeah, but they gave him Damian Wayne as Robin, which was
good though. That works.
Darker version of Robin.
You flip the dynamic, and it was it was fun, and Morrison more than anybody else made it work because Morrison's a genius, but like it's doesn't work. The only time is Wally, and even then people fought tooth and nail to unmake Wally as the Flash.
Yep.
Right. even though he's a
Right.
better version. Barry sucks.
I think we buried this.
All right. Let then John's saying subtly move on.
No,
The
I'm
only-
saying very outright. Let's move on.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.